Okay, so let's make our anti-inflammatory tea for the morning. The ingredients that we're going to need to pull out of the cabinet, you're going to want some honey. You're going to want some, I've got the labels toward you, I can't see them. You're going to want some cayenne pepper. You're going to want some ground clove or fresh clove. You're going to want some cinnamon. You're going to want some black pepper. I also prefer to use fresh turmeric. You can get that from the produce section. I use some lemon. Oops, I'm a little low on lemon. I usually use more lemon than this. And then I'm going to use some ground ginger. Equipment that you're going to need is a nice cup, some boiling hot water from the stove, not the microwave, and a grater. Of course, a spoon to stir it all together. All right, so let's get into it. First thing I'm going to do is put the hot water from the stove in my cup. It just finished boiling. So for this anti-inflammatory tea, you're not looking for a lot of hot water. Okay, I'm just going to do this about halfway because this is going to be something that's, more medicinal. I'm going to go ahead and grate in my turmeric. If you have a new turmeric like this, you can cut off the end. You really want to work with the new piece. So I'm hoping you can see me. I'm going to go ahead and grate in a generous amount of this into my cup. Make sure I get it all in there. I'm going to go ahead and grate in my ginger. See how my ginger is kind of oldish looking? I'm going to cut off the end of that. This is how it starts out. Again, grate a generous amount into your cup. Each one of these spices are incredibly good for you. Combined, they'll change your health. I've lost some weight effortlessly just testing out this recipe, and it's a real easy thing to do in the morning. You do this right before your cups of coffee and tea. You don't have to forego coffee or tea. You're just adding this to your routine, okay? Squeezing in all your lemon. I have such a small piece, I have to really get it all in there. Try not to waste my lemon in my fridge today. All right, now let me show you how I do the spices, okay? By the way, I do not always use honey. So I'm just going to put that one aside. You can use honey if you prefer. Go ahead. Try to find something local. All right. I tend to not use it. This one's cayenne. This is probably the most important spice in the entire anti-inflammatory tea recipe. Cayenne pepper is a blood builder. It seems like it's really hot and it's really going to hurt you. It's not. So you're going to use about that much cayenne pepper and just dump it in. All right, that's the cayenne pepper. All right, I have clove. Clove is antimicrobial, antibacterial, and does powerful things in your body, but you don't want to use very much of it. So again, I'm just using some. Really not measuring here, but I'm going to make sure that I don't dump a lot in there. That's the clove. And then I've got cinnamon. Cinnamon is a powerhouse for people that are struggling with their sugar issues. I've got my mom taking some cinnamon honey. I just took a small mason jar and put some cinnamon honey together for her. Excuse me, let me say I took a small mason jar and I mixed some cinnamon. I didn't measure, but I mixed a good amount of cinnamon into a little mason jar of honey. She's taking 1 teaspoon a day. It's changing her sugar numbers, and it started immediately. And then we just need a couple dashes of black pepper. This enhances the benefit of the turmeric by 2,000%. So we're gonna get that in there. So I'm starting out with something that looks like this. Okay, you're just gonna make sure you get all of it together. It's pretty hot, so it's gonna, as it cools down, it's gonna meld together. And you're gonna take this a little bit like, a whiskey shot. Just get it done. After you put it in your body, I've got a tip for you. I've got a tip for you, friends. Watch what I do. After you get all of that in your body, give yourself some orange slices or grapefruit. No, I do oranges. Do what I'm doing. So after I'm done with this tea, I'm going to enjoy these oranges, put it all away, move on with my day, repeat this tomorrow. What this will do is this will heat up my core body temperature, increase my circulation. It will reduce inflammation throughout the body. I'll think more clearly. I'll cough less. The phlegm, if you're someone who clears your throat a lot, that used to be me. If you're listening to my videos, you probably hear it in my own old videos. I don't do it anymore. This anti-inflammatory tea has changed the way that my sinuses drain. This anti-inflammatory tea has changed the way that my sinuses drain. It changes the way that you digest your food, and I'd love for you to try it out. Give it 1 month and comment below how it changes the way you feel. Blessings to each and every one of you.